Okay, so this is week 8, Thursday, Math 5, semester 2. All right, so the first question asks you to find the shaded area. And so when you look for the area of something like this, notice that from this point to this point, it's represented by 3/5. Okay, and then that's going to be the length. The width here is in the rad, and the width here is 2/3 feet, right? So if you find the area, how do you find the area? Length times width, right? So once you multiply that, you'll be able to find this blue area right there. Do you see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take 3/5 times 2/3. Now, when you look at this right here, is there anything that you can cancel that's top and bottom? What about that? Yeah, 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. If you have a 3 on top and 3 on the bottom, you can cancel. Yeah, so then that gives you 2/5. Okay, so your answer is 2/5 square foot. So that's good. Question number 2. Read that, please.
During Rose School's annual walk for education, Rebecca walked 5 laps around the track. Holt walked 1 3/5 more laps than Rebecca. 3 laps to Holt.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this then. All right, so during the Primrose annual walk, Reba walked, so this is Reba's, right? Holt walked this many more laps than she did, right? So how many laps did Holt walk? So if Holt walked this many more than that, what do you do with the two fraction numbers? Holt is going to be Reba, right? So how long Holt walked is going to be Reba plus 1 3/5. Do you agree with that? Okay, so stop. 5 and 5/6 plus 1 and 3/5, right? I personally like to put them from a proper fraction to an improper fraction, but we don't have to. What's your lowest common denominator here? 30. So for the first one, let's times it by 5, right? So that's 5/25/30 plus, what are you going to multiply on the second one? Okay, so then I have 1/18/30. Now that I have both of these, let's combine them, which is going to give me 6, right? 25 and 18 is going to give me 43/30, right? Do you see how in this situation, the numerator is bigger than the denominator? So what you do is you do 43 minus 30 is going to give me a 13, right? Out of 30, 6 plus the 1 is 7. So my answer is 7 and 13/30. So it's B. Do you see that though? And the reason why you subtract 30 is because the 30 has a math denominator. Okay? Okay. So that is your answer. So number 3, go ahead. Go ahead and read.
Number 3. 0.2.
Yep.
Which number is less than 0.200?
It looks good. What place is this 2 right here? What place is that?
In the
Okay. What place is the 2 right there?
in the
What place is the 5 right there?
south.
Good. Okay. So if you look over here, in the tenths, it's a 2. So far, so good, right? It matches. In the hundreds, it's a 2. So far, so good. What's in the hundredth for this one? Or I'm sorry, what's in the thousands for this one? 0. 0 is smaller than 5. 0 is less than 5, so that one is less. All right, let's go on to number 4. Go ahead and read. Candidates?
First debate lasted 2 3/4 hours. The second debate was 39 minutes and 44. How many hours long was the debate?
So how would you find that?
Uh, times 3.
Okay, good. Second debate is going to be the first debate, right? Times 2/3. How long was the first debate? 2/3 of an hour. Or I'm sorry, not times 2/3, times 3. And then times 3/1. Do you see that? Do you see anything that's the same top and bottom? Anything same top and bottom? What number? Yeah, so that means you can go and cancel it like this, okay? So it's 2/1. So how long was it? 2 hours. I am. How much is it left? Let me have a few sips and then I'll give it back to you. Okay, number 5, go ahead. Quentin, are you gonna have any more? Because Dad's gonna be drinking the rest. God.
Here, 568 students were divided into 14 schools.
So is how the rest is. Can you finish that? Okay. It has protein and also collagen. All right. This many students were divided into 14 equal groups. How many students were in each group? What are you gonna do with the two numbers?
You are going to you're going to you can have but
Good, because the key word is what? What's the key word? Divided, right? That was kind of silly. All right, so 14 times what gives me 16? Okay, you go ahead and do yours, I'll do mine, then we'll check our answers together later, okay? 12 what? No, not 12 groups.
12 students.
In each group. Now, a good way of doing this, Clinton, is go back to the last part where it says how many students each group. That's my answer. 12 students in each group. Okay. Number 6. You okay, Em? Okay, that's good. Go. Quentin, go. Matt. So you have 6 puzzles. This is how much it costs for each. What are you gonna do with the two numbers? Good. I personally always like to put the bigger number, like the one with the most digit on top. So then I'm gonna put 6 on the bottom, even though 6 is bigger than $5.96, right? So when we go ahead and multiply this, 54, 58, 35. Now, this is what you have, right? But then look at the decimals. 1, 2 decimals to the right, which means you have to balance it with, yeah, I'm gonna balance it to the answer right here. So 2 decimals, 1, 2, to the left. So 35.88. So $35.88 is what? Again, last question part of the question. $35.88 spend in all, right? Or you could say he spent in all. What? Yes, or you could just answer the question. Just say he spent this much in all. That's it. It's very simple. All right, number 7, read. keyword here is perimeter. What does perimeter mean?
Doesn't it mean the right to this? No, wait. That's the
He's building a fence, right? Or actually, I'm sorry. Perimeter is the measurement around the rectangle. So it's kind of like how much fence will he need? He's building a fence, right? So this one right here is 16 and a third. What's this one over here? What's the, yeah, 16 and a third. Now, if this one here is 21 3/4, what about that one? Yeah. So what am I going to do with those four numbers? You add them because you're building a fence, right? Or you could, yeah. So 21 and 3/4 times by 2 plus 2 times 16 and 1/3, right? Which will give me 42 6/8. Or I'm sorry, 6/4. Just kidding. Plus 32 2/3. Now I have to find the lowest common denominator. What's your lowest common denominator here? Between 4 and 3. Yeah, go ahead.
Why is it? Oh, no.
And I want to show you, if you're not sure whether this is right or not, you can always do 21 and 3/4 plus 21 and 3/4. 21 plus 21 is 42, right? 3 and 3 gives me 6. The 4 does not change. Do you see that? Do you see how they're exactly the same right here? Yeah, you can always check on the side, okay? What's your lowest common denominator here? Between 4 and 3. If you're ever not sure, you can always multiply the two numbers together. Yeah, 12. So I multiply this one by, you go ahead and work on that. I'll work on this one. Go, you can do it yourself. You're doing both of them. You do the work yourself. I'll do the work myself, and we'll check our answers together. Whoops. So let me know when you get the sum. Okay. Okay. Did you get 74 22/12? Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
I got 74 22/12.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so do you see how 22 is too big? Do you see that? Like 22 is bigger than the denominator?
4 by 2.
No. How do you get 12? 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12.
4 times 2 is 8.
Oh, you're right. Hold on a second. Let me change that. So then that becomes an 8, which means this then become a 26, right? Right? Right. Yeah, 26. Okay. So then what changes is, okay, do you see how 26 is bigger than 12? So I have to subtract 12 because that's a denominator. Do you see that? 26 minus 12 is going to give me a 14, right? But then you add the 1 to the 74, right? Which makes it 75, right? So then I have to reduce it, so 7 over 6. So your answer is 75, 7 over 6 feet. P equals that, okay? So that is your answer right here. So make sure you put perimeter equals 7 over 6 feet. Oh, wait a second. That's still too big, huh? Okay, so let's keep going. So then let's subtract 12 again, which is going to be a 76 to 12, which is a 76, 1 6. Feet. Make sure you put feet. All right, and that concludes everything for today. Let's make that a little bit smaller. There we go. And now you have all the work right here for you, okay? All right.